This is a most beautiful book. It's the Great Book of Australian Insects. As you can see, it's absolutely full of amazing diagrams. And they are just that. Accurate as they are, they're diagrams, not photographs, drawn by people with incredible skill who can get things really accurate. The trouble is, I don't have that skill. And when I come to draw little specimens like this preserved spider, I have a lot of trouble getting all the bits in the right place. Still, there is a trick that'll help me and you if you want to make really accurate drawings of specimens like this. Let me just poke it around a bit and I'll show you what I mean. In fact, the secret lies in placing it not on blank paper, but on graph paper like this. Notice every division is a heavy line, or every fifth division, I should say. Those are important landmarks. If I wanted to draw that life size, I'd go to graph paper of the same kind. Here we are, same scale, and every fifth line is heavy. But usually you want to enlarge things, so you go to a larger graph paper. Here we are, that's about 2 times scale. I can mark every fifth line in heavy if I wanted to, but I want a really big drawing like this. I'm going to make it 10 times magnification. So I'm drawing up my own graph paper, making every fifth line heavy. I'll do that in that direction too. In fact, I've already done it and I've begun to sketch. But you can see that this graph paper is a magnification of that graph paper. And anything I put on that graph paper is recorded against a particular line or intersection. So all I have to do now is to copy the whole thing onto this paper. Let me show you what I mean. First of all, the spider's lying along one of those heavy lines. That's a good landmark. And another heavy line comes through underneath the head, so I know where I am. Now these fangs here are coming down one on either side of the heavy line. You see? One in that square, one in that square. And I can draw that on my drawing. Here we are. Central line down the spider, crossroads there. One fang goes in there, and the other goes in here. I've already done that loosely. What about these palps on either side? Well, you can see that, again, on either side of that heavy line, they come out 1, 2 lines, 1, 2 lines for the left, and 1, 2 lines for the right. And that's where they touch the paper, and that's where I'll put them down here. 1, 2, 1, 2 there, 1, 2, 1, 2 here. That's where they touch down, and I can fill them in. What about these troublesome legs? There are lots of them, 8 to be exact. Well, the first one comes out through that intersection, and it goes on for about 3 squares. That's where I'll find it on this drawing here. That's the intersection where it crosses through, and about 3 squares on is the foot, and I can mark it in there. So I can ghost the spider in, then fill it in with a heavy line. I've already done it, and you can see that's the sort of result I'll get. Now that looks a bit untidy because of all those lines. I've only done it like that to show you how I was working. If you want to make a better example, you can keep the lines underneath the page. That way they'll show through on the top. You can use them as a guide, but they won't muck up your final drawing. And there we are. That's the sort of result you might end up with. That's half a spider. It's not brilliant, but it is accurate. Not because I have any skill, but because I've used graph paper to help me. Curiosity.